What's going on, guys? You have reached Zach Baby TV. Right now we are at the Warrior VR Arcade in Vista, California. The address here is 2020 Hacienda Drive. It's right behind the In-N-Out Burger right here. So you can play some video games and get lunch all at the same time. Yes, so come with me and let's take a tour of this grand opening and what's going on over here. It's like gaming in real life. So come on. And here we have Andre, the owner of Warrior VR Arcade.
How you doing, Zach? Thank you for coming by today. Hello, everybody. This is Warrior VR Arcade. It's our new virtual reality arcade. And as you can see here, we've got our swag center. A lot of people wonder about the shirts and especially why do we have towels. But when you play VR, you really get into the game, you're gonna sweat. You're gonna need a new shirt, especially a nice soft shirt. And you're gonna need a towel to wipe your forehead off because you're gonna get a little sweaty. It's a great time. Virtual reality is way different than most other video games you've ever played. Yeah, when you come in here, we've got our signature sheets for liability for the parents and the kids. Get signed up for whatever time you want. We've got monthly memberships. You can play for 15 minutes. You can play for an hour. Right now, if it's your first time coming here, you get a free half hour. So bring your family, come on over, visit us. We'll let you find out what virtual reality is all about. All right, so let me show you around. First of all, we've already looked at the cool desk and everything that's going on there. We do have an escape room and some other stuff, so I'll show you what we have. Back there is all of our stuff in the office. We normally keep that door closed, but you guys can get a quick look. This area here, we kind of hold our food and stuff for ourselves, but we also are going to be changing this over to a flight chair in the future. So the vending machine's empty because it's going to be going. Obviously bathroom, people need to use that, so that's all the way in the back there. Let me take you into the arena. This is where some of the magic's gonna happen. So here in the arena, I don't know how well it's gonna come out, but we have a red side and a blue side. We're fixing up a couple of small items to make sure the blue side is working flawlessly. But basically in this room, we're gonna be having local tournaments with games like Beat Saber, Elven Assassin, so we'll have 4-on-4. And if the game requires 5-on-5, we have 2 wireless stations in the front. So you can have up to 5-on-5 playing in the tournaments here. This room is going to be for birthday parties, corporate events, meetings. You can sit down and have your food. We have screens all over the place, so if you need to make a presentation, we've got you covered. And then we've got 4 screens, and we're going to have 4 Xbox Ones, just so you can play Fortnite with your friends and other games. And we may even have a couple of tournaments there as well. So this is the arena, and we're actually going to be giving naming rights to someone. We don't know who's going to get it, but someone's going to end up getting the naming rights. Who knows? It might be Microsoft, Rockstar, Alienware. We don't know, but somebody's going to get it.
Oh, so why virtual reality arcade instead of some other type of business?
That's a good question. So Zach, we were originally going to do an escape room. We love escape rooms, but we wanted to create something with a little bit of community. And the escape rooms are good, but you can't keep a long-term community. And we were introduced to virtual reality, and once we saw it, we never looked back. So we still have an escape room because we love it, but we've already had probably a handful of people who've come back 3 times, and they're gonna plan on coming back once a week, once every other week. And that's what we want. We want people to walk in and be like, hey, Norm! You know, I grew up with Cheers. We want that feeling in the business.
Excellent. So why did you decide to have the business in Vista instead of in San Diego or somewhere else?
Oh, well, number one, the price was right. The price per square foot was way better here in Vista. So one of the biggest reasons that we chose to be here in Vista is, one, we're right behind In-N-Out. Traffic is awesome. But 2, I want to give a shout out to Paradise Games here in Vista. The owner, Rob, is amazing. We met and we were talking about different businesses, and he was giving me some information. And he said, you know, there's a wide open space next to me. It used to be an MMA academy, and it would be a great thing to have the virtual reality right next to the board games. So now you get video games with board games and card games. They have Magic tournaments on a regular basis. So we figured it would be a good complement to each other, and I really like being next to him. A lot of his customers play Dungeons and Dragons, and then they come over here and they actually get a virtual sword, a virtual shield, and they go into dungeons and play there as well. So it's just a good matchup, and those are the biggest reasons I chose Vista.
Most of the VR places I've seen were fairly small. This place is huge. Is that something that you like designed, or would just come naturally? How you set it up, or what?
It was definitely part of the design. We definitely, like I showed you in the arena, we were looking at, we wanted a big space where people could have a community social feel. So we created it that way. Let me walk you through and I'll show you. Over here, we have 2 9x9 spaces that are dedicated to wireless VR play. So there's no cables. You put on your headset, you take your controllers, and you have a free open space to play in. And in virtual reality, it creates a grid around you so you can see where you're supposed to go. Those chaperone bounds kind of let you know, if I step outside of that boundary, I'm going to hurt myself. But because it's wide open, you can see what your friends are doing. A parent can sit on the seat here and watch their kids play in 3 different areas. So we made it so that it's mainly family focused, friend focused. We have another 2 bays that are wireless right here. And we just got our wireless ones in a couple days ago, so we're super excited. We can get the computers up on the shelves and make the place even nicer. Okay, so again, we made the place really big so that we could have a community feel, but also we put up some nice dividers. You can see through them from one direction, but they give the feeling of a separate space. This room here is our virtual reality escape room. We're actually working with Ubisoft to hopefully get them to let us use Star Trek Bridge Crew and some other sit-down games in here. But in here, the escape room, we actually don't even use our controllers. We use Leap Motion. I know they just got sold off, but we do have the Leap Motion in here, and that actually lets you use your hands in the game as your controller. So when people play in here, if they're flying, they use their hands. If they're shooting stuff, they're using their hands and shooting. It's a whole different experience. And because the escape room lets everyone work together, they can talk to each other in the game, they can hand each other items in the game. It's really kind of cool. So if you follow me, I'll show you the rest of the place. I don't think I showed you the lounge yet, so let me show you that.
So what makes your arcade special or unique compared to others?
So one is how large it is. Most of the arcades around only have like 4 to 6 bays. And when you go in, they're kind of separate, almost like shower stalls or something. They look really nice. I've been to the one in Ramona, it's amazing. I've been to the one down at Ocean Beach, love it. I still have to go to the one downtown, but Enigma, I've been there for their escape room, love their escape room. But what makes us different is you have this wide open field. When you have a party here, a team event, everyone can see each other, talk to each other, see what's going on. These walls are actually just dividers. I can remove them at any time. So I can open this whole space up. We're gonna have small music concerts occasionally for some of the nights. So this is one of the big things that makes us different. And one of the things that I saw is private lounges seem to be a cool thing. So we actually have one back here. We kind of gave it an 80s feel, you know, keep out gamer at play. We just wanted to give people a space for, this is for like 4 to 6 people. They rent it for an hour and a half for 90 bucks. They can bring some In-N-Out in or some pizza from the pizzeria and sit down on a couch. I have a video game guy coming in soon. We're gonna put a stand-up 80s video game in the back.
Nice.
And you get 2 systems, fully wireless, and you can play in here. And when you don't want to play, you hand it over to your friend, or you can play some of the team games like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, where you're a bomb diffuser and everybody else has the controls. So this is what makes us different. We have the space and it's made for community so that you can just feel good about seeing your friends when you come here.
Well, I had a question, and I like scary stuff. Now, what type of games or genres do you offer here at the arcade?
So we offer a little bit of everything. Before I get to the scary stuff, we've got stuff, if you just want to go into Google Earth and literally fly around the planet in space, you can do that and then zoom in like Superman down to the ground and go visit Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. My daughter's in Thailand right now and I can actually fly down and go to some of the forests and beaches that she's at. That's kind of cool. Those are sit down, fun games. Then you got straight up action. You got to play lightsaber, where you get to actually go in as a Jedi. There's games where you can play music, Beat Saber. The music in the background is from their games. Full-blown action with like Space Pirate Trainer is super hot. But then the scary stuff. You want to go fight zombies? Forget about watching it on TV. You can actually go into Arizona sunshine, load out with like 4 to 8 of your friends, and start blasting zombies.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of scary because it takes some time to reload, and the zombies, some of them move slow, and then you got one that's just walking up on you real fast. You're like, please, 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 boom, 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 done. But the one that I really like, it's a game called Mind Horror. And that game is kind of like you're investigators of the mind, and they capture a serial killer, and you have to go into the serial killer's mind, get past all the obstacles, and find the location of their last victim, because the serial killer is about to have a heart attack. And you have to get in and out in 60 minutes before the person dies. You see some pretty cool stuff. You get to fight in that one too, but his mind is pretty twisted and warped. I would definitely say that's one to play.
So, are you going to be offering any summer school classes? If so, what will they be like?
Yes, my wife has been on me. She's like, you've got to do summer school. So we just opened. We need some time to get things in place. So we're going to have our summer school stuff in August time frame. We're going to be setting that up and having people able to sign up as late June, early July. But we're going to be having classes on how to set up and create a virtual reality environment. I mean, I have Alienware R8s here. For those of you that don't know, they're powerful computers. I've got 1080 graphic cards, 16 gigs of RAM, and a terabyte of space on it. So we can do some rendering and some creation on them. But we're going to teach the kids, kind of like Ready Player One, how to make their own living space that they can invite friends into in the virtual space. If they're doing really well, we'll show them how to create their own avatar, where they can actually talk to the avatar, and the avatar will answer questions for them in their virtual space. I mean, basically, they're going to create their own virtual lounge like this. And in between that, we'll actually show them how to create their own models, in 3D models. There's a game that we have on the system. Goodness, I have to look up the name of that one. I think it's Mechanical AR. But they can actually draw their own 3D items. So they can make this pillow if they wanted to, or they can make their own little electrical ball and put it into the game themselves. And then they'll get time to play the games, but not only will they play them, we'll be explaining to them why the game is addictive and fun, and why people made it that way so that they want to go to the next level, how to make the challenges just enough where it's a challenge, but just enough where it's fun. So that they keep playing. We're going to explain the dynamics behind video game creation.
So earlier you were mentioning towels and other kind of stuff with your merchandise. What is that all about?
We're going to have 4 clubs here, and one of them is going to be called the Fit Club. We're going to be opening earlier in the day once we start that, and it's to get your workout on. It's to get you moving. I mean, here's the thing. If you play certain games like Hollow Point, Creed, Elven Assassin, you're constantly doing squats, ducking under people throwing axes at you. When you're boxing, you're throwing full punches non-stop. The bow and arrow, you're constantly contracting the muscles in your back, and you're shooting fast. People have lost a lot of weight. There's websites, VR Fitness Club, VR Fitness. You can lose a lot of weight, get toned, playing games. So yeah, we put this up, and especially with the wireless headsets, we can have you go full out in the game. No worries about hitting something, hitting someone, and get your workout on. So that's why we have the towels.
basically.
All right, Zach, thank you for coming by and doing the interview. I hate to say this, I've got some people coming in the door, a couple of families, dads, grads, Father's Day time. I gotta go take care of them. So if you want to play and stay, you can stay and play, but otherwise, you got to go.
All right, so we gotta stay, we gotta pay. See you later.
Take care.